There is a reason these words have found you in this exact moment of your life. Out of all the things you could be watching or reading right now, this message has been placed directly in your path. You have not arrived here by accident. While you feel tired of waiting, tired of trying, tired of believing, heaven has chosen this moment to speak to you in a very specific way. And I, Mary, the Virgin who carried the Savior into the world and watched the impossible become reality, have been allowed to reveal something to your heart. Your breakthrough begins when you least expect. You have been in a season that feels like an endless waiting room. Doors you thought would open stayed closed. Opportunities you believed were certain fell through at the last minute. You have prayed, hoped, fasted, cried, and still you look around and see what appears to be the same landscape. The same bills, the same problems, the same unresolved conflicts, the same unanswered questions. It feels as if life is stuck on repeat. You wake up, go through the motions, try to hold on to hope, but deep inside you wonder if anything is truly changing at all. You are tired of hearing phrases like, "in God's timing," when your heart aches for something concrete to change. You are tired of saying, "it will get better," when you don't know how or when. You have watched others step into seasons of blessing, restoration, and success while you remain in the hallway, waiting for your own door to open. You have been happy for them, but you have also felt the hidden sting of disappointment. Lord, when is it my turn? When will my breakthrough come? You have even started to lower your expectations, not because you don't believe God is able, but because you are afraid of being disappointed again. But heaven has not forgotten the prayers you've stopped repeating. Breakthrough is not a word used lightly. It speaks of a sudden shift after a long resistance, a movement after a long standstill, a door opening after countless knocks. You think that if breakthrough were really coming, you would feel it building, you would sense it arriving, you would see some undeniable signs. Yet many of God's greatest moves begin in silence. Many of His biggest surprises come disguised as ordinary days. Breakthrough often begins not when everything feels charged with expectation, but in the moments when you have almost stopped expecting anything at all. Think of how many times heaven has moved in ways no one anticipated. The Savior of the world arrived as a baby in a manger in a small town, not in a palace surrounded by noise and power. The greatest victory in history happened on a cross that looked like defeat. The empty tomb was discovered in the quiet of early morning by hearts still carrying grief. Again and again, God has chosen to begin His greatest works in moments that looked like anything but breakthrough. So do not be surprised that your own breakthrough is being prepared in the very season when you feel least ready and least capable of predicting it. You look at your situation and see only delays. Heaven looks at it and sees preparation. You see a heart tired of long prayers. Heaven sees a heart that will understand the value of the answer when it comes. You see unanswered questions. Heaven sees a faith that has been stretched beyond feelings, resting not on visible evidence but on the character of God. You think nothing is happening, but behind the scenes, relationships are being aligned, paths are being cleared, hearts are being softened, and doors are being prepared. When the pieces are all in place, what seems like a sudden breakthrough will actually be the visible result of a process that was quietly unfolding all along. Right now, even though you feel like nothing has shifted, something is already beginning. The very fact that you are seeing this message at this stage of your battle is part of that beginning. You have considered giving up on certain dreams, certain prayers, certain expectations. You told yourself, maybe this is not meant for me, or maybe I should stop hoping for this. But heaven has not agreed with that conclusion. There are promises that God has written over your life that He has not canceled. There are seeds you have planted in tears that have not yet shown fruit, but they have not died. They are waiting for their moment to break through the soil. You may say, but I do not feel any different. Everything looks the same. Breakthrough often starts in the unseen. A seed breaks underground before it ever pushes through the surface. A baby grows for months in the hidden place of the womb before anyone can see it. So it is with what God is doing in you and for you right now. There are alignments, opportunities, and changes that have already been set into motion without your awareness. If your heart senses even the smallest spark of hope as you read this, even a fragile, trembling hope, respond with a simple declaration in the comments. My breakthrough is closer than I think. You have been trained by experience to expect disappointment. There were moments when you thought, this is it, and then things collapsed. You got your hopes up only to see circumstances fall apart at the last moment. You opened your heart only to feel it crushed again. Over time, your heart began to protect itself by expecting less, to avoid the sharp pain of shattered expectation. But self-protection and true faith cannot sit on the same throne. One will always quiet the other. This is why your spirit feels torn. One part of you wants to believe for more while another part insists on keeping you safe by expecting nothing. But breakthrough is not born in a heart that expects nothing. It is born in a heart that dares to hope again even with scars. Not blind hope, not shallow optimism, but a hope rooted in who God is rather than in perfect circumstances. When I, a young woman in Nazareth, heard the words of the angel, I also struggled with how such a promise could happen. It did not make sense in human logic. Yet in an ordinary day in an ordinary place, a divine breakthrough began in my womb, quiet, hidden, and completely unexpected by the world. Your life too is a Nazareth the world underestimates. But God delights in beginning extraordinary things in overlooked places. You may think you have already missed your chances. Time has passed, opportunities have been lost, mistakes have been made, people have walked away. But the author of your life is not bound by the calendar on your wall or the clock on your phone. What you call too late, he can call right on time. What you think is the end of the road can be the very place where he builds a new path. Breakthrough is rarely about returning to how things used to be. It is about stepping into something that did not exist before. It may not look like the version you once imagined, but it will carry a wisdom, a beauty, and a purpose that your old vision did not have. Right now, there are areas of your life that feel permanently stuck. A relationship that will not reconcile, a financial situation that will not stabilize, a health condition that will not improve, a calling that will not fully open. You have tried, adjusted, pushed, and prayed. You have done everything you know to do. And maybe that is part of why your breakthrough will begin when you least expect, because it will be clear that it did not come from your perfect plans or flawless efforts, but from the mercy and power of God stepping into your story. There will be a day, sooner than you realize, when you look back on this season and say, I had no idea that my breakthrough was already starting when I felt the most stuck. You will remember how close you were to shutting your heart completely, how ready you were to stop praying, how tempted you were to accept that nothing would ever change. Then you will see how, in those very days, pieces were falling into place in the background. A person you had not yet met was being prepared. A door you did not know existed was being built. A way was being made where you saw no way. If any part of your heart is willing to believe that God can begin your breakthrough even in this weary moment, seal it with a second declaration in the comments. Lord, surprise me with your timing. Let those words rise against the heaviness that has been sitting on your chest. They are not magic, they are consent. They are your way of saying, I release my need to control how and when you move. I choose to trust that you are wiser than my timelines and kinder than my fears. If this message has reached you in a moment when you needed to hear that your story is not stuck forever, do not keep it hidden. There are people you know who are quietly believing that nothing will ever change for them. Share this video so they, too, can hear that heaven has not given up on their breakthrough. Click like if your heart has felt even a small shift toward hope. It seems like a simple action, but it helps more tired hearts find this same message. And subscribe if you want to keep walking this path with a voice of faith speaking into your seasons of waiting. so you are not alone in the quiet stretches of your journey. As you leave these words and return to your day, carry this truth with you. The lack of visible change does not mean the absence of God's movement. Breakthrough does not always announce itself with fireworks. Sometimes it comes quietly, in a phone call you did not expect, in an opportunity that seems small at first, in a change of heart inside you that makes you see everything differently. Pay attention to the little beginnings. Do not despise them just because they are not yet the full picture. Every great breakthrough starts with a first step, often unnoticed. Your breakthrough begins when you least expect, not when you have perfectly prepared yourself or arranged your life according to your plans. It begins when you reach the end of your own strength and finally lean fully on His. It begins when your prayers shift from, "I must make this happen," to, "Lord, I trust you even when I don't understand." It begins when you choose to remain faithful in the small things, even when nothing seems to be changing. It begins when you dare to believe that God has not finished speaking over your life. So walk through this day with a quiet expectation, not of specific outcomes on your schedule, but of a faithful God who knows how to surprise His children. When discouragement whispers that nothing will ever be different, answer it with this truth. I may not see it yet, but heaven is moving. My breakthrough can begin at any moment, even when I least expect it. And when that moment comes, when the shift happens, when the door opens, when the answer arrives, remember this. You were not forgotten. You were being prepared.